up. But then you're able to do pretty much anything in the game as far as gear and everything, especially when you get to endgame stuff. So, but yeah,
Oh
housing was
yes.
what captivated me, and then I got away from it and started falling in love with trials.
Well, housing is very addicting. As a matter of fact, we always get a good laugh about it. But the closest thing to endgame for most people is probably housing. That's probably
Yeah,
the end game of Elder Scrolls as
it's
well.
the true
I
endgame.
mean, it's very addicting.
I did it backwards. I did it backwards. Everyone says I did it backwards. I didn't really. I played dungeons and stuff, and I didn't. It was actually through my housing guild that I learned how to do a rotation. I learned how to do dungeons. People that were in the housing guild actually helped carry me through a lot of stuff. Showed me a lot of things that were. They were. It was great for the social aspect. You know, just be able to socialize and get into stuff that you typically wouldn't get into. And
Yeah.
Family Guy, who I play with all the time, he came from GTA, and he always helps me a lot with this game too, as well. You always need a buddy with this game, somebody
Oh
to
yeah. Yeah.
help you out. So
It, how's Family Guy doing? It's been a while.
he's doing good. He just got his he's been getting his hard modes done in dungeons, so he's checking them off the list.
Oh, nice, very nice. It's funny because talking about housing and stuff, I remember that there was one DPS,
Uh
and it
huh.
just brought me to memory lane. Years ago, there was one DPS who he was really big into housing, and we are trying to get him to parse because he was like, I remember his was like, yeah, I want to get to endgame, blah blah blah, and I was like, oh sweet. So weeks go by, and I tell him, well, have you been working on your parse? He's like, oh, I'm gonna get to it. I was like, so what you been doing the last 3 weeks? And then the fun part, he was like, oh, is that you don't understand, Nuni? I've been trying to fix my house.
Right.
So so any one of us who knows about housing will tell you that once you get into housing, you're
Weeks.
stuck. Yeah,
Weeks.
you're not gonna do anything else.
This house
Forget
here
about.
took me about 4 or 5 years to put together to get the statues and everything accomplished in it. So yeah, it takes a long time.
Yeah, so he was really into it, and he probably got a little upset with me, but I was like, bro, I just told him nicely, I'm like, forget about in game, you're not coming. He's like, why? I was like, he got really, he probably left the party, and I was like, don't waste your time.
Aw,
And
he's a
but it was a
housing
friendly
addict.
conversation.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It takes a while to pull away
yeah.
from the housing. You have to really, like, I had to get fed up with it. All,
Oh,
you
it's
know,
addicting.
it was because the competitions are really fun to participate in and everything. So now when I build for myself. Like this was totally a selfish build that I did for the Daedric Princes. It's lore heavy, you know. It has to do with which Daedric Princes get along and all that. And it was, you know, you learn all that stuff as you play the game, reading the books and things like that, which is the fun part of the game. Kind of one of the aspects of the game that is part of you. So
Oh yeah, I remember when I got all my dungeon DLC clears. The trophy bus you get.
hmm
So I got to a point that I wanted to make a whole trophy thing case for
right.
in my house. But if you ever go back to my house in the Rift, it looks like it's still under construction. It's been under construction for years, and there's a reason to that, man. Is because I know once I start, it's hard to, yeah. So I just kind of stay away from it.
I can
I
take
get
you to
it.
my
It's
trophy room. You want to go to the trophy room? We'll go to the trophy room.
okay.
All
We
right,
can
it's at a
definitely do
different
that.
house. Yeah, we'll do that
Yeah.
while we
Let me
talk.
know when you get there.
No
Oh,
problem.
absolutely. Let me know when you're there. Yes. Yeah, I
So,
started about 2015.